Over nearly 25 years, John Levitt has raised a family in this house. Now he'd like to downsize and see another family have the chance to enjoy it too. But since HS2 announced its proposed route would run next to his garden, he hasn't been able to sell.
We've really been trapped here since then, and could well be for some years yet, as although there is an exceptional hardship scheme for people who are really desperate to move. In other words, if they're infirm or virtually bankrupt, they're able to sell to the government, but otherwise you're not free to move. And people who have tried to sell their houses in this vicinity, people have an initial interest, but as soon as they find what's next door to the house, they just totally lose interest.
John's been told that his house is within the boundary that may be compulsory purchase by the government under the current proposals. His neighbour Paul, though, has even less clarity.
The compensation line goes straight through the middle of our garden, which means that the houses down in that direction will get the full purchase price of their house at pre-HS2 values, but everybody in that direction will get no compensation whatsoever. Living on the boundary line, we don't even know where we stand. That they've said that each case in those circumstances will be assessed on its individual merits, and they've not given any indication of what criteria they'll use for those of us that are astride the boundary.
But we want to be fair to people who are in this sort of halfway category, but we want to look at it carefully. So I'm sorry, I know that's uncertainty for them. We'll resolve it as soon as we can. And as again I stress, these proposals are for consultation. People can always come back to us and to the government and say, actually, we don't think they work, we don't think they're fair, and give us some reasons for that, and we will look at it.
Meanwhile, for people in the East Midlands wondering how the project could affect them, HS2 says it will announce the proposed route of Phase 2 early in the new year. Kate Fisher in Warwickshire for Central Tonight.